Before the Benin Kingdom became one of Africa's greatest empires, before the world heard of the Oba and the Benin bronzes, there was a land hidden in mystery, a land called Igodomigodo. The story begins over 2,000 years ago in the ancient rainforest of what is today southern Nigeria. Here, a people lived, organized, and built a society long before Europeans or even the word Benin existed. The first rulers of this land were known as the Ogiso. Ogiso is coined from Ogi, the Edo word for king, and Iso, the Edo word for sky, which is translated to the king of the sky or the god king. According to Edo oral history, Igodomigodo began around the year 40 BCE, more than 2,000 years ago. The first king was Ogiso Igodo. It was from his name that the kingdom took its title, Igodomigodo. Ogiso Igodo ruled with wisdom. He started from Ugbeko and later established Urhobo, the city that will grow into today's Benin City. Under his leadership, the people organized themselves into families, quarters, and guilds. The earliest system of governance was laid down. Chiefs were appointed to help the king administer justice and order. Igodo brought peace and structure to the people, and for this he was remembered as the father of the Edo nation. The Ogiso dynasty expands. After Igodo, many kings followed. In total, there were 31 Ogisos. Each Ogiso left his mark on the land. Ogiso Ere is remembered for introducing the guild system, where craftsmen like blacksmiths, woodcarvers, and bronze casters were organized into families of skills. This guild system would later become one of Benin's greatest strengths. Ogiso Oriri established laws and justice systems, using elders and chiefs to help settle disputes. Ogiso Odia is said to have promoted agriculture, encouraging yam and oil palm farming to sustain the people. Ogiso Owodo expanded the boundaries of Igodomigodo, spreading Edo influence across the forest and rivers. And Ogiso Oriagba introduced festivals that honor the gods and ancestors, traditions that still survive in Edo culture today. One by one, the Ogisos built on what their ancestors left behind. For nearly 11 centuries, Igodomigodo thrived. The people grew in numbers, their city expanded, and their traditions deepened. It was a kingdom respected by its neighbors, a center of excellence, spirituality, and political order. But like many kingdoms, the story of Igodomigodo was not without conflict. Towards the end of the Ogiso dynasty, discontent began to spread. The final ruler, Ogiso Owodo, who reigned around 12th century CE, was marked by poor leadership and constant conflict with his chiefs. The chiefs, once loyal, turned restless. The kingdom, once united, began to fracture. It was under Ogiso Owodo that the dynasty met its tragic end. Some say the heir to the throne was forced into exile. Others claim he was banished or killed by the very people of Igodomigodo. But one fact remained: the era of the Ogisos, which has lasted from 40 BCE to about 1100 CE, had come to a painful end. History is never a clean break. Even in the arches of the Ogiso, the people of Igodomigodo did not vanish. They carried their culture, their traditions, and their sacred institutions into a new era. An era that will transform Igodomigodo into something greater, something the world will one day know as the Benin Kingdom. The fall of the Ogisos also gave birth to one of history's most intriguing mysteries, the story of Ekaladira, the banished prince of the last Ogiso, who would later be remembered in Yoruba land as Oduduwa. But that is a story for our next episode. This was Igodomigodo, the forgotten kingdom, the land before Benin. As we look to the future, it is essential that we preserve and protect our cultural heritage, including the history and artifacts of our ancestors. These incredible stories serve as a reminder of our shared history, cultural identity, and ingenuity of our ancestors. Join me in celebrating the rich cultural heritage of Africa. Subscribe to my channel for more documentaries and share this video with your friends and family. Together, let's preserve our cultural legacy for future generations.